Hey, everybody. Have not been here for a minute. Oh, so it is February 16th, 2025. This is our Kyron Live. I have so much to share with you guys. We haven't done a Kyron Live in such a long time. Let's say hi to everybody that's here. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Oh my goodness, Connie has been a member for 8 months. Oh, best channel ever. Thank you so much, Connie. We appreciate you. Thank you, mods, for coming. Yaya's World is here. She actually just got out of the hospital. She had some kind of clot or something. I don't know all of the specifics, but I'm just sending my prayers her way. Whatever was going on had been going on since Christmas, and she has just been letting everybody know, like, listen to your body. Please listen to your body. She had numbing going on in her arm, some shoulder pain and stuff, but she's home. She's well. She's doing great. Thank you, Yaya, for being here. We love you. Just keep praying for fast healing, and just so thankful that you were able to catch what was happening when you did. Chaos Queen, good to see you. So good to see everybody. We have not done a Kyron Live in so long. Oh my gosh, I am so happy to be here for Kyron. Amanda, thank you for being here. Slim, thank you for being here. So, yeah, super excited for this live. Welcome in, everybody. And, just to start off with, like, Kyron Horman's case has so many layers. If you ever have a question, please email me. I'm going to send my email. I'm going to put it up here in the live chat, just because if you ever have a question, feel free to email me and ask me. I'll have no problem answering any questions. And then there's people out there, Terri Horman supporters, which is Kyron Horman's stepmother, who has been the focus for 14 years in Kyron's disappearance. And her supporters, they put out so much misinformation. So I just wanted to start the live that way, just to let everybody know I'm always here. If you ever want to ask any questions about the Kyron Horman case, I would love to explain anything. Hot Mess, thank you for being here. Kelly, thank you for being here. I'm just so excited. Let's read what Yaya has to say here. She had found out that her right carotid artery was severely blocked. They went in through my neck and cleaned it out. It's been a long progress. I know, I've seen the pictures. I've been doing so much lately. I haven't really been on my Facebook much, unless I am, on Michael Vaughn or Kyron Horman's Facebooks, or the PMW Missing Facebook. I didn't even know you were in the hospital until I saw the pictures. I knew you weren't feeling well, but thank goodness you caught it. I'm just so thankful for that, Heidi. Oh, well, they are out there, and they are out there in groups, and Terry supporters have been out since the very beginning, when Kyron Horman first came up missing. In case you're new to the Kyron Horman case, I'm going to just update you a little bit. First of all, I want to put up the last picture of Kyron that was ever taken. And because the Terry supporters out there have tried to spin a different narrative of when this picture of him was taken, I decided to put up his picture with a little recording by Desiree Young, Kyron Horman's mother.
that maybe the picture had been taken before?
Nope, I know for sure, 100%. The picture was taken in the school. It's GPS. It's confirmed. It's verified. We know exactly what time she took the picture, where she was at, and it's confirmed with technology. So she was in the school at 8:45 taking that photo of Kyron in front of his exhibit. I know that she left the school. She left with Kyron. And we have eyewitnesses that place them outside the school en route to the truck. It's from that point where it's unknown.
So anybody new to the case, Kyron Horman vanished on June 4th, 2010. He woke up in the morning with his stepmother, Terri, his father, Kyron Horman, and his baby sister, who was about 18, 19 months old at the time. Terri, his stepmom, and his baby sister leave the school or leave the house and go to the school, and they arrive at approximately 8:15 in the morning. And Terri Horman pulled him, and they go to school. Let me back up just a little bit. They go to school for Kyron's science fair project. That's why he's not riding the school bus to school. There's a science fair. He is going to be walking around from class to class to see everybody, all of the students' science fair projects. Terri Horman had taken Kyron out of his group to walk with her alone and baby Sissy to walk around a few classes. Don't ask me why, except for the fact that the only reason to pull him out is because she wanted Kyron with her. She had also emailed Kyron's teacher the Friday before June 4th, 2010, to let her know that Kyron had a doctor's appointment on Friday. Terri Horman was not specific on if it was the following Friday, which was June 4th, the day he came up missing, or June 11th, which is 2 weeks later. She also spoke to Miss Porter the day before Kyron disappeared to remind her Kyron had a doctor's appointment the following day, and she left the teacher a note. She took a picture of Kyron at 8:45, which is this picture. Like Desiree Young just said, it's time-stamped. They know for sure it was taken at 8:45 a.m. in the morning. The thing about the doctor's appointment, it never existed. There was never a doctor's appointment. Desiree Young herself has confirmed it. It's also in the book Boy Missing. We have lots of information on missing PNW. You can search through so many lives on Kyron Horman. Witnesses saw Kyron leaving the school with Terri and his baby sister. The witnesses were Kyron's bus driver and his friend Carson, Carson's grandmother, and Carson's sister. And they were walking through the parking lot to go to the main road outside of Skyline Elementary School, where Terri had parked the family's truck, Kyron Horman's white big truck, in front of the school. It was a great big truck. Parking spaces are pretty tiny at Skyline Elementary. That's one of the reasons why she would always park out front of the school. When Terri left Skyline Elementary, she went to 2 Fred Meyer grocery stores and a dry cleaners. She said that she was going to the first Fred Meyer's to find medicine for baby Kiara because she was sick. Although Kiara had already taken amoxicillin a few weeks prior to this and no longer had an earache. She went to a second Fred Meyer's because she said the first Fred Meyer's didn't have it. She tried saying that this recall on medication had left her with no medication at the first Fred Meyer's. Therefore, she had to travel several miles to a different Fred Meyer's store when there were plenty of pharmacies and other places to go to this second Fred Meyer's. Also want to say the recall was a recall on Tylenol medications only. There were plenty of other types of pain relievers out there, different brands and whatnot, including the Kroger brand that is specifically sold by Fred Meyer retails. She goes around the corner right there in the same shopping center to the dry cleaners. I've always wondered, if she had dry cleaners to drop off at the second Fred Meyer's, why would she even bother going to the first? Believe that the way she did her timeline throughout the day was to create an alibi. At the first Fred Meyer's, she had spoken to a security guard to find out where the medication was in the store. And the thing about that is, Terri Horman shopped at that store all of the time. She knew exactly where the medicine was. There was no reason to talk to the security guard other than she wanted the security guard to see her. For the rest of the day, she drove around for almost 3 hours, she says, claiming that the baby was sick and that she was trying to get her to sleep. Again, like I already said, baby had already taken her medicine. She wasn't sick. And during these, 2.5 to 3 hours, she traveled so many roads that were in the middle of nowhere. Pretty much the middle of just nothing but uphill roads leading really to nowhere. Very high in elevation. If the baby's ears had been hurting, her ears would have been popping. My ears popped every single time and still do when I go up there, because she drove all of these really rural roads in this area. This area has Forest Park, and Forest Park is a very, very large park, and it's also a rainforest. So just imagine a rainforest area, roads all around it. Those are the types of roads she was traveling. She gets to the gym and she doesn't even work out for very long. She talks to somebody outside the gym. She's showing pictures of Kyron that she took of him at the science fair. She ran into somebody that she didn't know very well and stopped her in the second Fred Meyer parking lot and was like, "Oh, look at this picture of Kyron." Well, she does the same thing to everybody in the gym when she gets to the gym. She's showing this picture of Kyron. She doesn't even really work out. But she tells somebody that she had gotten this gash that's on her leg from lifting weights that day. And weights leave bruises, not gashes. When I hear the word gash, which is what's used to describe this, I think a cut, a gap, a bigger, not a bruise, is all I'm saying. And she says she got to the gym at 11:39 a.m. Isn't that a strange number, 11:39? Why not just say 11:40? Why not say 11:30? Why 11:39? When she'd actually gotten to the gym at 12:20 p.m., almost 40 minutes later. And we know that because there's camera footage of her arriving to the gym at 12:20 and only being there, from what Desiree Young says, from anywhere from 17 to 20 minutes. She was not there for very long at all. She gets home about 1:10. She posts some stuff on her Facebook. Kane is Kyron's father, who comes home shortly thereafter. At 3:30, they all walk down to the bus stop. Kane said at that time that they walked down to the bus stop, Terri actually turned back around and went back up to the house. but he never describes why in his interview for Real Life Nightmare, why she walked back up to the house. And then she came back down and joined them. The bus came, and Kyron isn't on the bus. Now, the bus driver that saw Kyron that morning leave with Terri is not the same bus driver that was driving that afternoon. This was a substitute bus driver. Just want to make that clear because we get a lot of Kyron Horman or Terri supporters that say, why didn't the bus driver just say, hey, I saw him leaving with Terri? Because it's a different bus driver. So at 3:30 p.m., Kyron isn't there. He has vanished. He has been missing 7 hours. 7 hours have gone by, and no one knows where Kyron is. And then there's so much more I could tell you, because there's so many layers in Kyron's case. I don't have the time to tell you all about that today, but I do have lots of new good information to share with you guys on Kyron's case. 7 hours is way too long for a child to be missing. And because Terri Horman decided to lie to Miss Porter and say that he had a doctor's appointment that day, Mrs. Porter didn't feel like she needed to call home, which was protocol. Call home, let parents know he was marked absent at school. So that's why. Also, Dede Spicher, Terri Horman's friend, was missing during the same unaccounted time as Terri Horman from her job at Westwind Farm Studios that was just a few miles up the road from Skyline Elementary. She is the second person who they have focused on in the past 14 years. People looked for her on that job. They didn't know where she was. She left her keys. She left her phone. She left her car. She left everything at work. When they realized at lunchtime that Dede Spicher wasn't on the property, they searched the property for her. It's a very, very large property. We're talking over 30 acres. We're talking almost 70 full acres, but half of it is all trees and bushes and whatnot. And those are the two people that we'll be talking about today, Terri and Dede Spicher. So I'll hop over here. I'm going to see what everybody's got to say over here. I just wanted to update everybody on Kyron Horman and how he disappeared, because we have a lot of new followers. Okay, what do we got? You guys all for being here. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here, for supporting Kyron. You guys also know that I work on the Michael Vaughn case. I don't know how many of you guys know, but there is a Kyron Horman Foundation, and they sponsor Michael Vaughn. When Brandy needs flyers and stuff, she reaches out to the Kyron Horman Foundation. I don't know if she's still doing that, but that's how she was getting flyers. They're kind of connected, and it was, you know, I was asked to work on Michael's case, and I didn't even know that. Everything happens for a minute. Yes, there is a second woman suspect. All right. So, Sarah Suspicious, thank you for being here. Cinnamon Hot, thank you for being here. Okay, so just want to share a few things. So, Desiree Young and her son Quinn went and got tattoos around Christmas time. This is new. It's special, and I really wanted to share it. She says, as I sit here looking through old memories and photos, I am reminded of all that has been taken from us. I was reading a post from 2014, and I wrote a letter to Santa. I miss and love my son every minute of every day, and each year I struggle with the words to say that say enough to share my feelings for Kyron. This year, as the holidays were approaching and the heaviness was sinking in, I decided to do something big to honor Kyron permanently. I am so excited to share the pictures of what Quinn and I have been working on, the sentimental message to Kyron that we will be able to look at every day to say how important he is to us. We did this as a family, and coming soon to the official video from the artist that I will share. To look at every day to say how important it is to us. We did this as a family, and coming soon is the official video. Anyway, my nephew-in-law is a great tattoo artist, and I had the honor of having him do this for us. Thank you so much, Nightmare Inc., Brandon, for giving my Kai a voice and making this artwork pop off my skin as if the frog was going to hop away. We love you and so appreciate the hours of work it took to make this possible. It's actually really great work too. So this is Desiree's. It says, Kyron, love you forever. That was almost the name of the book that was written by Rebecca Morris and then was later changed to Boy Missing, The Search for Kyron Horman. But Love You Forever is something that Desiree has always said. It's a beautiful tattoo. I just think that it's really awesome. And then Quinn's, oh wow, so much detail. And of course, they're both sporting the tree frog. Kyron loved tree frogs. That's what his science fair project was about, was a tree frog. So I just wanted to share that real quick because I think it's really special. Everything that, you know, the parents do for their children is just so special, especially when they're trying to do something to have a memory of their child. I never took Desiree as somebody to get a tattoo also, so that was also really cool to see. And now I want to, oh my goodness, you guys. So the great news that I have for today is amazing. I am so excited to share this with you. Some of you that are here right now have been with me doing my Kyron stuff. I mean, I was putting out videos 3 years ago. I started doing lives about 2.5 years or 2 years ago, maybe 2, maybe a year and a half, who knows. Anyway, when I found this out, I have just been praying for Nathan Vasquez to become the new district attorney, because let me go over district attorneys real quick, okay? First, right now we have the new DA, Nathan Vasquez, okay? And before him, from 2020 to 2025, we had Mike Schmidt. He was originally to start his term on January 1st of 2021, but Kate Brown appointed him early because Rod Underhill retired. Now, Mike Schmidt was shit, okay? Plain and simple. Mike Schmidt didn't do his job. He didn't do one rape case, no hardcore criminal case, no murder case. He didn't move forward on the Kyron Horman case because it was a no-body case. And in my personal opinion, he wasn't anything but a coward. In office for 4 years and did absolutely nothing, okay? Before him was Rod Underhill. He started in 2012 and went all the way to 2020, I believe, serving 2 terms. And this is for Multnomah County in Portland, Oregon, okay? And Rod Underhill, same thing. did nothing. I'm not saying he didn't do hardcore cases or anything, but he did not push forward in Kyron's case whatsoever. Now, when Kyron Horman came up missing, Mike Shrunk was the district attorney for Multnomah County. He served for 42 years. Only one person had ever tried running up against him and lost. He served from 1970 to 2012. And although I do believe that nobody should be in any political stance for so many terms, I mean, 42 years, that's a long time, okay, to be district attorney. But I do know he was good at what he did, so that's great. And he's the longest running DA ever in history in Multnomah County also. And during the time that Kyron came up missing, he was asking for more resources. He said, we're going to do whatever is necessary to get this wrapped up, but it's not without costs to other parts of the office. He wanted to temporarily hire a new deputy DA and an investigator, even though he already had 6 prosecutors, a chief DA, which was Rod Underhill and Norman Frink, 2 trial-level prosecutors, and 3 investigators who worked out of the DA's office who had already worked or was working at one point in time. Do you guys hear how many people he had working on this case? He was pushing this case forward, okay? Dan Statton, who was the sheriff when Kyron came up missing, said that him and Shrunk didn't think that what they were doing. How do I put this? He said that him and District Attorney Mike Shrunk didn't think that they were spinning the wheels or wasting any time or allowing the case to move into a cold case scenario. They were working hard. They were going to be pushing forward. Matter of fact, during this time, they were saying arrests were imminent. Let me play this video for you real quick. Hold on.
Updated in the search for missing 7-year-old Kyron Horman. After getting thousands of tips, the investigation now appears to have gone full circle, and we're told an arrest could be right around the corner. Correspondent Priya David Clemens is in Portland this morning with the latest. Priya, good morning.
Erica, good morning to you. Investigators have fielded 3,300 tips from around the world, and yet Saturday they ended up back here at Skyline Elementary School where the little boy was last seen. Police say the person who saw him last, his stepmother, Terri Horman, could hold the key to bringing him home. Investigators returned to Skyline Elementary School over the weekend, searching for clues that might lead them to Kyron Horman.
He's still out there. We just need to find him.
Officials say they've made significant progress in the criminal investigation, but are not releasing any details. In a written response to journalists' questions, they say Kyron's stepmother, Terri Horman, quote, has been cooperative, and other times she has not. Since hiring a defense attorney on June 28th, she's been silent.
If the
And that is still true to this day. Since June 28th, 2010, Terri Horman has not spoke to investigators. They have invited her to come in and talk, but she has been completely silent other than going on the Dr. Phil show and People's Magazine. Now, why would you go on the Dr. Phil show and on People Magazine but not go in and talk to law enforcement, Terri?
investigative team found out what happened to Kyron, Terri Horman would be arrested imminently.
Kyron's parents have begged Terri to talk. They're also pleading with her close friend, Dede Spicher, to cooperate. They claim Spicher is giving Terri advice that's not in the best interests of their son. Last week, the FBI searched Spicher's home.
So give your side of the story, please, Dede.
New questions are still emerging.
And they searched Dee Dee's home. They searched her aunt's house in Helvetia. They searched where her parents lived. They searched where Dede Spicher was working, because like I said, there's like almost 70 acres there. They searched anything close to Dede Spicher. And she wasn't only telling Terri and giving her bad, advice. She was giving bad advice to other people that had bought and purchased burner phones for her and Terri also.
Urging about Terri Horman's actions the day her stepson disappeared. Several hours remain unexplained. She claimed she left Kyron at school at 8:45, and at 11:39 she went to the gym.
There's that 11:39 time. She actually didn't get to the gym until 12:20 p.m. She's on footage, on camera.
That 3-hour gap, she said she went shopping and driving her 19-month-old daughter around to soothe an earache. But that has not been corroborated by anyone.
I can tell you.
There was no earache. The baby had already taken her amoxicillin several weeks prior.
What I ate that day, and she can't tell you where she was.
She posted.
Kane and Desiree have said multiple times, not only did Terri change her story, but there were days where Terri would change her story multiple times a day.
Kyron's picture on her Facebook page that afternoon. Kyron was reported missing 7 hours after he vanished.
All these things add up to a human being that doesn't make sense.
Now, the Multnomah County Sheriff is expected to speak tomorrow after several weeks of silence, which has many here hoping for some answers or a break in the case soon. Erica.
Hello, Rogue. Good to see you. Halo Art, thank you for being here. It's nice to see everybody here. Yeah, she didn't even stay 20 minutes, Rogue. She was not even there for very long. She wanted to be there at the gym to show pictures of Kyron. She was trying to create her alibi for the day. Is Brandy Neal in the house? I see everybody saying hello. Thank you for coming, Brandy. We love you. We hope you're doing well, and we are praying for you. Yeah, she angers me too. She is definitely one of those monsters. Thank you, hun, for being here so much. If anybody here doesn't know, Brandy Neal Vaughn is Michael Vaughn's mother. Michael Vaughn has been missing since July 27th of 2021. If you have any information regarding his case, you can call 208-642-6006. That is the Fruitland phone number tip line. And so, going more on about the DA, it looked like Kyron's case was going to get solved while Mike Shrunk was there. And then in 2012, he retires after 42 years. That's when Rod Underhill took over. And then after him, we got Mike Shit. So up until now, up until Nathan Vasquez, this year, January 2025, we've gone 12 years with no DA pushing forward in Kyron's case, even though Multnomah County Sheriff's Office is still doing searches up until even this last summer. From what I understand, they are still searching for Kyron, looking for Kyron. And there's a very good reason for that, and we'll get into that in a little bit, because the information I have to share with you guys is going to blow you away. And I want to give you guys a little hint. There was a huge fight, altercation between Kyron Horman, advocate, and Dede Spicher's sister-in-law. And I have it all on film because it was all recorded. And I'm going to be sharing that with you guys. So this was Nathan Vasquez's. That was hard to say, Vasquez's. So here in March 2024, Stacy Green, which was the advocate that I am telling you about, she is an advocate for Kyron Horman, has been since the very beginning. She's close with Desiree Young, Kyron's mom. She went to this. She was getting people to vote for Nathan Vasquez because Nathan had promised during this campaign at this hotel to work hard for Kyron, or a promise to look at Kyron's case. Let's play this real quick. This is Stacy Green with Nathan Vasquez, hardcore advocate for Kyron.
I'm here today and I'm fighting, yes, absolutely, for Danielle and for Tiffany and for all the families that have come before. And absolutely I'm going to fight for Kyron. Those are things that need to be said.
Absolutely going to fight for Kyron is what he promised before he even became district attorney. He had already talked to Desiree about it months and months ago. And then this is the new clip of Nathan Vasquez. They're having like a city council meeting, and they're all done talking about everything having to do with the city. And somebody asks Nathan a question, and I really want you guys to hear this.
Any announcements or things, issues you want to raise before we close out today? Amy, I see your hand raised.
For the the new district attorney, sir, a whole lot of people have been asking, are we going to continue to look for Kyron Horman? I'm just working with a team of people who highly believe that you are going to try to help solve that murder or mystery. For the people at large that really want to solve this case, they said that somehow you were going to move forward in pursuing an answer. Maybe. I'm
happy to answer that, Ms. Anderson, if you'd like.
Yeah.
Just notice, everybody, the city council, they all of a sudden start looking so very serious.
Okay.
Please do.
So I've had, a really great conversation with Kyron's mother, and we've discussed this, and it is my intention to see this investigation move forward. In that discussion with her, we talked specifically about that, and my administration will be working hard on that. I know that the sheriff's office continues to work on the investigation. They continue to do efforts to do searches and different things. So there's a lot of efforts countywide on this particular matter, and it's one that I will be looking at in this administration to see if we can advance that investigation, and I will work closely with Kyron's mother.
Is this not great news? This is amazing news. This is just from last week or so. This is how excited I am. I mean, are you serious? His administration will. He said will. And he's already spoken with Desiree. He's talking about pushing forward on Kyron's case. This is huge. And I am going to keep talking about Michael Vaughn's case for a second also, because Kyron Horman supporters need to realize that Michael Vaughn's case, the DA has already met with Brandy and told Brandy Neal and the family that they are going to be charging the 4 suspects, Stacy and Sarah Wandra, Adrian Lucian, and Brandon Shirtliff, with whatever the charges are. That is huge. I hope and pray they can find Michael before it pushes forward, but right now it's pushing forward as a nobody case. Kyron is a nobody case. They have not in 14 years been able to locate Kyron or where he is. But we're going to talk about that in a minute also, because new evidence has came forward in the last few years about where Kyron is or where he could be. But it's huge, because if Michael Vaughn's case proceeds and there's a conviction with a nobody, that's good news for Kyron Horman's case. Like I said, I really hope that Michael is found. I would love that for his family, for their peace, and for Michael's justice. Don't get that twisted. I want that more than anything for their family. But I'm just saying, if it does push forward and people are prosecuted at a nobody, that's huge for Kyron. Okay? So the new DA is promising to move forward in Kyron's case. This is huge. This is great news. Thank you guys so much, because this was such exciting news, and I am praying so much, so much for both boys to be found. I know some of you guys, I don't know if you guys have even heard this, have been following Kyron's case for a while. This is just huge, because it's been 14 years in Kyron's case, and something needs to happen. Yes, justice for our babies. I agree. Thank you so much, Brandy. We're praying every day. Yeah, so I'm super excited that Nathan Vasquez has promised to move forward in Kyron's case. I hope 2025 is an amazing year for Michael and Kyron. Lord knows what I'm going to do. I have been working on some other cases and putting them together, but yeah, I mean, then it's time to move on to the next phase, right? More kids, more missing children that we'll be covering. Of course, after, I'll be following both cases and how they go. And I guarantee you one thing, if I can get me a seat in the courthouse when arrests are made in Kyron Horman's case, I'll be sitting right there watching it all. Okay, so now that I've given that great news, where am I going from here? Let's see. Let's talk about Terri Horman, which is the stepmother of Kyron, was. Let me see where this is. Terri Horman recently took a trip out of the country. Are you serious? I don't even understand how it happened, but it did. And she left the country for a little while and made us all very friggin' nervous to have her leave the country. Hello? Like, was she ever going to come back? Thank God she did. And this was like around the end of October. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, what? Left the country? Yeah, she went to Italy, France, Ireland, out having a good time, while Kyron's parents are here still wanting to know where Kyron is. She should not be allowed, okay? She shouldn't be allowed to be out having fun doing this. But I can tell you one thing. I really do believe that Terri Horman has shit herself because of the new information that came out. I really believe she took this trip as like one last hurrah. No joke. Okay. So I'm going to play this video, and it's going to start with Desiree Young speaking from the Northwest Crime Fest, and we're going to go over it. And what she said was found on the burner phones that were used the day that Kyron disappeared. These burner phones were used by Dede and Terri. Okay, here we go.
Have evidence in the truck, the bed of the truck, physical DNA evidence. We have things missing from the house that she used.
So there's physical DNA evidence in the bed of the truck, and there's things that were missing from the house that were used, is what she just got done saying, talking about Kyron's house, Terri Kane's house, the baby's house.
We have the injury to her leg.
That injury to her leg that I was talking about earlier, somebody at the gym asked her, oh my gosh, how'd you get that gash on your leg? This woman describes it as a gash. And here Desiree's saying that this is part of their evidence.
From that day, we know that we have...
Yeah, and that gash she got June 4th, 2010, the day Kyron came up missing.
Photos on those cell phones.
Let me just rewind that a little bit. Photos on those cell phones is what she just said.
From that day, we know that we have photos on those cell phones of, we have the picture of it.
We have pictures on those cell phones. We have a picture of it. Now, she doesn't go into detail saying what it is, but she's saying we got a picture of it. And she's in the background. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, so I will tell you what's coming. If you can hear it, listen closely. Rebecca Morris is here at the Crime Fest. Also, she's in the audience. She asks Desiree pictures of Kyron after the school, meaning, are these pictures of Kyron after he left the school? And Desiree says yes. So that's what's being said in the background. Here it is.
We don't know where that picture was taken.
Oh, and Desiree goes on to talk about that they don't know where this picture was taken.
A picture of Kyron after the school? Yes.
And that was Rebecca Morris in the background asking a picture of Kyron at the school or after leaving the school, and Desiree says yes. This is huge, you guys. Huge. This is new information pointing directly at Dede and Terri. So right now we're going to be going over these burner phones real quick. Burner phones are something that Terri loves, okay? Even her boyfriend, Joseph Cristobal, after she left Oregon and went down to California, said she was using burner phones. I recently had a 2-hour conversation with Joseph Cristobal, okay? And he said that he knows Terri and Dede were talking to each other on these burner phones. He said that they would say things in code. So let's talk about these burner phones. Oh, I posted this because right after I posted what I just showed you, what Desiree Young said at the Northwest Crime Fest, I posted that in my Kyron Horman Facebook group, which I'm going to throw up right now in the comment section here in chat. Let me grab it real quick. I put all my information about Kyron here and in my missing Pacific Northwest. So this is Kyron's Facebook. I'm putting in chat right now. Right after I posted that video in Kyron's group, Facebook group, Terri Horman deactivated her Facebook account. You couldn't see comments that she had made in the supporter group. You couldn't see any of her posts. You couldn't find her anywhere. Straight up deactivated her Facebook. It was like she didn't even know the law enforcement had that information or not. See, Dede Spicher thought that she got rid of those phones, that she destroyed those phones. Let's take a look at this.
Dede Spicher was not reportedly very cooperative with the investigators, but when you put somebody under oath in a grand jury and a penalty of perjury, and perhaps even with the threat of additional prosecution for their own criminal conduct, that tends to squeeze information out. So it looks like Dede's opening up. And again, these investigators, this is not a search and rescue. This is a forensic search for criminal evidence, more than likely something very specific that Dede told them about. And it could even very well be one of these untraceable cell phones that they're trying to find.
If it is a cell phone that they are in fact looking for, how could that help tie Terri to this case?
Well, Chris, one of the biggest problems we've talked about before is just trying to make a connection between Terri Horman's involvement. If they can find these phones and use the great forensics that they have now to try to find out who Terri Horman was talking to immediately after June 4th or thereabouts, that might give them a tip as to where Kyron actually may be today.
So there was a search for those phones. Dede Spicher thought she had destroyed those burner phones. She threw them in a field. On August 8th, 2010, right here, it was reported that a tip from Dede Spicher is what sparked a search. Search teams were seen near a field off Cornelius Pass Road, about 1 mile south of Skyline School and Old Germantown Road, not far from the farm where Dede was working on June 4th. And now, because Desiree Young spoke on Doug Bishop's YouTube over the summertime, we know that the burner phones were found. And those burner phones were found back then in 2010, but it wasn't until a few years ago that technology caught up with Dede and Terri and found pictures of Kyron on the burner phones. Holy moly. No joke, you guys. Chuck Anderson's granddaughter, good to see you. Aggie Willett, good to see you. Glad to see you guys here. So these burner phones, Dede just thought she had destroyed them. And what do we know about pictures? Pictures have a GPS location of some sorts, and, you know, police can use technology to pinpoint an area where that picture was taken. That's why I believe that the last couple of years, the searches that have been getting done because of the information found on these burner phones. You'll hear Terri supporters tell you there wasn't burner phones on June 4th, but there was. Desiree Young herself says it. And we know that they did because these phones have pictures. Well, I thought I had added, hold on a second. Thought I had added one of the clips that I have. It doesn't matter. I have the information on his Facebook, but yes, they did have burner phones on June 4th. Desiree Young directly asks Dede, why do you say the last time you spoke to Terri was back on her birthday in March, when you know you spoke to her because you guys had burner phones on June 4th, 2010, the day that Kyron went missing? And then I'm just going to go through some pictures of Terri Horman on her vacation with her husband, who we are now going to talk about. We haven't talked about him yet, so let's talk about that. Juniper's Tarot and Astrology, thank you for being here. So this is in Italy. It's at the Trevi Fountain in Rome, Italy. This is Terri with her husband. That's them drinking wine, having drinks somewhere, living a happy life, even though Kyron's parents can't do this. This is a picture of Jesus Vasquez in Galway, Ireland. And this is at the distillery there in Ireland that they went to. There's a castle on the mountain behind their heads up on the mountain. They're in Ireland that they go and visit. It is called the Blarney, I think is how you pronounce it, Blarney Castle in Ireland. That's a picture of them there. It just makes me nauseous, you guys, to sit here and watch her having like a great time. It really does. But like I said, this was her last hurrah. She knows she's in trouble. That's why she deactivated her Facebook. Because she has been talking on Facebook after she stopped for years and years. She all of a sudden started talking again, and she talked for like a little over a year. But as soon as that new information came out, she disappeared. This is the Leaning Tower of Pisa in Tuscany, Italy. And if you look at her, she does not look well. Don't know what's going on with her. I was told by Joseph Cristobal that she was doing cocaine after moving to California. I don't know if there's any truth to it or not. That's one of Terry's ex-boyfriends down there in California. And this is the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. People think this is a fake picture. It's not. I don't know why it looks that way. They went to Disneyland. And again, this trip was taken at the end of October 2024. Definitely shame on her, Aggie. It's ridiculous. It's just sickening. This is something I really want to get into, too, that really pissed me off. So in this, her husband is saying, a big surprise. I love you very much, Terri. And I feel very happy that God joined these so opposite paths and two so different worlds and put us to, oh my God, my eyeballs. I'm trying to focus on my screen because it's tiny. Anyway, he's thanking her. This trip was a small, down at the bottom, she says, this trip was a small sample to show you how much I appreciate and love you. Are you serious? Terri Horman paid for this trip. She took her husband on this trip. She's not paying any child support for Kiara, but she's taken her husband out of the country to Ireland, France, Italy. Are you friggin' serious right now? How in the hell? I mean, she can only collect unemployment for so long. I'm sure she's not collecting unemployment anymore, but she was. She tried suing the last company she worked for. That failed. How the hell could she afford paying for this trip? I don't know. But it pisses me off. Pay your child support to Kane. You know, Kiara's going to be 18 years old soon. She has not seen her daughter, okay, in 14 years. Court said no. Kane isn't letting her see her. Yeah, she can't see her daughter because she chose not to see her daughter. Because the court wanted her to talk about Kyron, and she wouldn't. So they wouldn't let her see her daughter. She chose not to see her daughter when she chose not to talk about Kyron. If you're not guilty, Terri, why not just talk about Kyron, get it done and over with so you can see your child? She abandoned her. She had somebody hurt Kyron for her. And she even abandoned her oldest son. She's only seen her oldest son, James, who was 15 at the time that Kyron disappeared, a handful of times in 14 years, okay? She doesn't give two shits about her kids. It's really frustrating to know she paid for this trip. So, this is Kyron Horman, World Soldiers. This is ran by Stacey Green, Desiree Young's friend. She didn't know Desiree when Kyron came up missing. She just started a page for Kyron when he disappeared. Terri married her husband now, Jesus, so that they could get her last name changed. So Terri could get her last name changed. She was cheating on him at the time with another guy, possibly two guys, Scott and Joseph Cristobal, when she was with Jesus. And Jesus, so Terri Horman goes down to California. We know that in like 2015, I believe, 2014, 2015, when she gets down there, she's got some boyfriends. She gets into trouble. She steals a gun. She steals a car. These two guys, Scott and Joseph Cristobal, are the men that she stole those things from. Scott was the one she stole the gun from. Joseph Cristobal, she stole the car from. A laptop that Joseph got her his hands on because she used his credit card to pay for it. What does all of this have to do with it? She knew Jesus at the time, this man that she married, and we're going to talk about him. So this is let me get out my paperwork real quick. This is the marriage application. Okay, both Terri and her husband had something to gain, okay, by marrying each other. Terri was finally able to change her last name legally from Terri Horman, which had been denied 2 times by the courts because of Kyron's case. They didn't want her changing her name. And Jesus, her husband, was marrying to become a U.S. citizen who could get sponsored was marrying a U.S. citizen so that he could be sponsored for his citizenship with the United States. Even though this is said to be rumor, Jesus thanked her when she posted a welcome to the U.S. brochure, and it looks like he didn't have his social security number to list on this marriage application that I'm showing you now. Yeah, no social security number on here whatsoever. And here, Terri Lynn Moulton, she put on her application that her last name was Moulton. Now, that is her birth name. Her last name is Moulton, but at the time she filled out this application, her last name was Horman. She was not able to get that taken away because of Kyron's case. So she had to marry somebody to get a new last name. Her maiden name is Moulton. And it says right here that she was divorced from Kane in 2012 when it was finally final. This right here is highlighted. No social security number for Jesus. And also, it also says that the marriage between him and Terri was his second marriage, and his first one was ending the month before he and Terri were married. And it says that he was born in Mexico and that his divorce was in Mexico City. My only question there too is when he was with Terri and Terri's was with the other 2 guys cheating on Jesus, was he also then cheating on his wife? Don't know if they were separated or what. These are some comments from my admins from my Facebook group on Kyron Horman's Facebook group. Heidi says, not to mention, she listed her current name as Moulton when legally her name is Terri Horman. She falsifies so many legal documents so that people wouldn't know who she was, including giving law enforcement the incorrect legal name the multiple times that she was arrested. The times that she was arrested down in California for stealing the gun, for stealing the car, all of that, she gave a different name for. So she is very much so falsifying so much information. When she was with Joseph down there, she took his car registration and did something to it, put it in somebody else's name, and he's still trying to get his car paperwork figured out years and years and years later. And then Kaylia says, yes, precisely. Terri, a totally upstanding citizen, falsifying her legal documentation or legal information. Yeah, not. It's just insane what this woman gets away with. She gets away with so much. I'm over it. Then we have a poster. I'm sure when she was divorced that Kane went back. She went back to her old name. These are, like I said, there's Terri supporters out there that want to try spinning this, but it's no. She remained as Terri Horman and was using Terri Moulton to remain under the radar. It was not her legal name. And then Heidi says, no, she attempted to petition and charge to change her name, but was denied because of the ongoing investigation, citing it would not be in the best interest of the public or the investigation. This is likely why she lied about it. Her legal name on her marriage, her legal last name on her marriage application is what she lied about, saying Moulton. Yeah, she does need to be in jail, Connie. She needs to be in jail. Jesus or Jesus, I'm not sure. You could be correct. I am not sure. Thank you for saying that, because I knew I was saying it wrong and couldn't remember. So this is the post down at the bottom where she is welcoming Jesus to America, and he's thanking her, even though people say that it's rumored that he was American citizen. Plus, there's more, and that's them getting married in Nevada. So James, Terri's son, and Terri's supporters have pushed a lie that Terri's husband is an ex-law enforcement officer or an ex-border patrol agent, but it can't be true if he wasn't a permanent resident or a citizen before he was married to Terri. Not that it matters. It's just another lie on Terri's behalf that she benefits from, and she never corrects it. So, hold on. I want to just go over that real quick. So in this, Lisa is a supporter, Terri's supporter. She's wondering if James knows whether or not Terri's husband was a federal police officer. And James says, I know he used to be a cop. I don't know specifically if he was a federal officer or not, which is a lie because he wasn't a cop. He couldn't be. I mean, and here's another Terri supporter. I mean, Border Patrol men have to have papers to work here, their type of job. That's correct. They do have to have papers, and that's why we know that he wasn't a Border Patrol officer. I mean, the lies that these people spin And yeah, Terri never corrects any of it. And then again, it's let's talk about her husband. He was a canine officer. So it went from Border Patrol officer to canine officer. He also worked for Border Patrol. This is just the narratives that these individuals want to spin. Okay. All right. So we're done with that. All right. So, yeah, the fact that, you know, she is off running around and going and enjoying herself is ridiculous. But I really do think that it was her last hurrah. People have also been talking about whether or not she is sick or not. We don't know if she was sick or not. But yeah. Real quick, I want to show this. Dede has been getting involved in a retreat center. She's been hooking up with a woman to be a retreat leader. So let's throw this up, because I think it's really important for people to know that go to these retreats. Like, you think that the person that you're paying, I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to go to a retreat for is possibly the person who murdered Kyron Horman. I mean, that's gross. That's sick. I don't want to go to no retreat and learn from a woman how to, you know, live a better life from somebody who's killed a 7-year-old little boy. Let's add this up. So this is the woman, Terri, or Dede is on the left. The person that she's been working with to learn how to do retreats and stuff is on the right. We'll get to her name in just a second. This is the retreat leader guidebook. So she's going to these retreats to learn how to run retreats. And the retreat that she decided that she wanted to do was on the, I don't even know if I'm going to say this right. It was the bariatric wellness retreat, because she had one of those bariatric. Oh my gosh, I'm going to destroy this because I can't ever say it right. Bariatric, whatever, wellness retreat is what she wanted to do, with to have people come to her retreat and pay her a bunch of money to do this bariatric retreat with her, to spark. Remember the spark that ignited your bariatric journey? Bariatric. Thank you. And then it just goes on to try to get people to come in. I'm just going to jump forward. She gives all these excuses of why it's so important to come to her retreat and help each other out. Be bold, vibrant, life, live your dream. She wants everybody to get together and support each other. All right. Bariatric. Thank you. Bariatric. Okay, so then it goes on to the prices, which is what I really wanted to go over too. She's already had this retreat. I actually thought that thought Stacey Green was going to end up going there and really putting on some pressure, but they didn't. It was November 6th through the 10th, and $3,000 is what you would have to pay for. We're talking 4 days, okay? $3,000 for a king size room. $3,000. $2,600 for a queen bed shared. $2,500 for a double bed shared. So now you're sharing a room and you're still paying over $2,500. Are you serious right now? And then this is Dede Spicher's story. I had a vertical sleeve gastrotomy on September 15, 2018. I went to Mexico because my insurance wouldn't cover it. Luckily, I did my research, found an amazing surgeon, and put together a fantastic team. Yeah, she just goes on and on talking about herself. It's actually kind of just, she says she pulled herself out of a really dark place, which I was kind of like, a dark place. Yeah, you might have murdered. And I say might because it's not 100% ever been verified that she did murder Kyron, but it really looks like that could be what happened. Desiree does touch basis on it. So yeah, she talks about her life and everything. Again, all this information is also on Kyron Horman's Facebook page. And then this is before and after pictures of her, which I've kind of thought was a little bit odd because some of these pictures are way older than she makes them sound like they are. Those are pictures of Dede Spicher. And then patriotic. I'm just going to stop trying to say it. So this is her with the leader of the retreats. She's sitting right there. And I want to point out too that Desiree Young has said that Dede and Terri has had a physical relationship. Okay. And we had heard that Dede had only been with one man ever in her 30s. And this retreat leader is a lesbian. I have nothing against lesbians. I just want to throw that out there. I fully support them all. And pretty much her entire community are also lesbians. And this is the first time we're seeing Dede Spicher around lesbians and possibly being one herself, since we know she had a relationship with Terri. I don't know how else to word that. But I, by all means, do not care about her sexual preferences, okay? And this is Marley Williams is the name. She knows who Dede Spicher is. She's been told who Dede Spicher is. She doesn't care. It's all about the money. She just wants Dede running retreats and making her money. She does not give two shits. If I find out something like that, I'm not having Dede run any of my retreats. Dede is running retreats. She's bringing in women to come and talk to support, to get, to uplift you. Could you imagine spending $3,000 for a king size room or $2,600 for a king size room and paying all that money to go sit with her and then later leave and find out all of this information and that she's been one of the focuses of Kyron Horman's disappearance for the past 14 years? I think that's crazy. Shy, good to see you.
You don't get.
So this is a clip from Doug Bishop's interview, and she just says you don't get
Dede without Terri. In fact, they've had a personal relationship.
And she's talking about their personal relationship.
Physically. Dede was 2 miles from the school on Germantown Road, working at a property where she was landscaping for them. She was also missing during the same period of time that Terri was. The people on the property always have lunch together, and they were trying to locate her, and she was missing.
Okay.
And they tried calling her, and she didn't answer. Her phone was on the property. Her car was on the property, but Dede was nowhere to be found, and they looked everywhere.
And then right here, I just wanted to add this little clip On June 13th of 2010, Dede Spicher, after Kyron's disappearance, posts on her Twitter, "I'm cut, blistered, totally out of alignment, thoroughly exhausted, and would do it all again in a heartbeat." What the hell is she talking about? I mean, it didn't take law enforcement very long to figure out that Terri and Dede were partnered up. And she's posting this on her Twitter. Okay, so now we're getting into this fight that happened between Dede Spicher's sister-in-law, her brother Rick. Doug Bishop was there because Desiree Young, Stacy Green from Kyron Horman World Soldiers, all went to Dede's house. Okay? And I want to play this little bit because this is the pressure that Desiree Young is putting on these two individuals because she wants to know where her son is and she wants them charged with something, okay? In August of 2024, they went down to Clear Lake, California to put the same kind of pressure out in front of Terri Horman's house, or Terri Vasquez.
My number one thing is to put pressure on Terri. I think that I just want her to always know that I'm not going away.
Terri! Terri! Where's Kyron at? Terri, where's Kyron at? Where's Kyron?
I mean to tell you, they do not stop. Stacy Green and her world soldiers, I mean, they've got people watching Terri everywhere she goes. They take pictures of her. They follow her. They're constantly asking Terri, where is Kyron? This is outside of her house, you guys. Now, I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with what Stacy's doing. It is very in your face. But I mean, after 14 years and no DA has wanted to push forward on Kyron's case, can you blame him? I mean, that's Terri's house right there. This is when they went down there. She'd seen at the bank, at grocery stores, everything. People take pictures of her car and post them in the group. They take videos. At a stoplight. In the grocery store. It's insane. And at the same time, the pressure.
Hey, where's Kyron? Hope he comes home to his mama someday.
This is Desiree Young standing before a sign in Clear Lake, California. Kyron still missing, Terri Horman still free. Justice for Kyron, prison for Terri. And this is Stacy Green. Welcome to California. This is the police station in Clear Lake because they got permission. I'm going to talk about this dinosaur, okay, because it pisses me off. The day after they get down there, and Terri Horman knows that they're there. She puts up a blow-up dinosaur. What is with Terri and the dinosaurs? On all of her posts on Facebook, dinosaurs. She's always posting about dinosaurs. I don't get it. I've even wondered if it may have something to do with Kyron, and I'm not joking, because of the way she taunts Desiree with friggin' dinosaurs. Just saying. And this is Stacy Green and Desiree and a group of other women in Clear Lake, California, in front of Terri Horman's house.
Dinosaur. Come on out, Terri. Come talk to us about Kyron. Anybody want to come up here and hold some signs with us at Terri's house? Come on down. We're standing out here peacefully holding signs.
I think it's great.
Got some questions for you, Terry. That dinosaur wasn't on her porch yesterday when we came by here. So now she thinks she's cute with putting her little pirate dinosaur out.
Yeah, see what I mean?
She just come out here and tell us where Kyron is. Stop with their little dinosaurs.
It's a blow-up dinosaur. She's not in the dinosaur. She wouldn't even come out of her house. I mean, but can you blame her, really? I mean, like, they hardcore advocate for Kyron. No joke. In front of their houses. And I'm going to show you guys what happened when they go in front of Dede's house.
Terry, you didn't finish painting the top of your house? Why? That's lazy.
That's lazy.
Come on, Terry, come out. Tell us there. Why is she so paranoid? It's like she murdered a kid or something and is trying to hide from everybody.
All right, I wasn't going to watch the whole entire video because we have showed this in one of our last lives, but I just wanted to show you guys that she went and did the same exact thing that she did to Dede Spicher. It was in September. Was it in September? Yeah, it was in September when they went, end of August, beginning of September, end of August, somewhere around in there when they went down to Clear Lake, California. And then this is what Terry did after they left.
And it came in for a full tent. We're going to do all the sides and back and then the windshield. I think we're going to do 5% in the back, 35 on the front doors, and 50% in the windshield. And then she wanted to go ahead and remove these stripes. So we're going to let this cook in the sun for a little bit, remove these stripes, and then pull it in for the tent. But we'll keep you guys updated.
She takes the stripes off of her Mustang and tints her windows. And it doesn't matter because she has like the fancy license plates with what? T-Rex, more dinosaur shit on her license plate. I'm telling you, this dinosaur thing is friggin' weird. Yeah, she did not like. Now we're going to get into a whole nother realm of shit that happened because I am telling you guys what. Not only did Dede's brother slip up saying some stuff, Jamie Spicher, her sister, Dede's sister-in-law, slips up saying some stuff. And then there's, of course, the fight. So let me see where I'm at right now. I want to show you guys what happened before the fight started. Let me add this up here. Hi, Shy.
Live in front of Dede Spicher's house in Klamath Falls, Oregon. Wayard Road, I think is how you say it. I say it wrong and spell it wrong every time. 2748 Wayard Road. Her neighbor's got her some cute little geese over there. Dede knows where Kyron is. We're here to let the whole town know about Dede Spicher.
She changed her phone number after this, guys. Okay, so we're going to pause that video because that's what happened before. And then check out what happened. So, Doug Bishop, I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's the searcher in the water guy. I forget what the name of his show is. Oh gosh, I wish I could remember it right now. But Doug Bishop is there, Desiree Young is there, Stacy Green is there, several other people are there. This is the setup at the park that is near Dede Spicher's house, where they're passing out stickers, bracelets, bumper stickers, flyers, you name it, for Kyron. They're always advocating. You could even get a yard sign probably if you wanted to. Stacy Green, she'll give you anything you want. She'll even mail it to you. And there's just a picture of Stacy Green and Jamie Spicher getting into it. And now we're going to watch videos. That's Dede's house.
You guys just run signs over?
This is Stacy Green holding her camera.
Occasionally when they're in my yard.
This isn't your yard right here.
Yeah, it is. My yard. It is our yard.
Meet Jamie Spicher. She is married to Rick Spicher. This is Dede Spicher's sister-in-law. Rick is Dede Spicher's brother, right behind her.
You can leave our yard. Thank you. Peace out.
Peace out.
But
You got that.
This is our
right.
yard. Go take your little party over there.
Where's Kyron? Dede?
We don't know.
Yes, Dede
and
does
I'm
know.
Not Dede, and Dede's
I know who you are.
innocent.
Dede is not
Dede
innocent. She needs immunity.
You don't know shit. You guys don't know shit. She is innocent.
So the man walking right here on the right is Doug Bishop. The guy in the gray on the left is Rick. He pretty much does some controlling when Rick wants to try to get involved. And then this is somebody else recording everything.
This is our yard. Go take your little party over there. Where's Kyron? We don't know. Yes, and I'm not Dede. I know who you are. Dede is not innocent. She needs immunity. You don't know shit. You guys don't know shit. She is innocent.
She's not innocent.
She is.
An innocent person could do your path.
Yep. That's right. Peace out.
Kyron.
Kyron,
You
it's
support
a shame.
a
No, I
nasty
don't.
bitch over Kyron.
Nasty bitch.
You
You're
got
the
that
nasty
right.
bitch
No, I'm not.
that's
I don't
out
kill
barking
kids.
up the wrong
I don't
tree.
kill kids.
She don't either.
Yes, she does.
She does not.
Evidence proves she kills kids.
No, there
Yes,
is
she
no
does.
fucking evidence. If there was evidence, she'd be in prison.
She's got immunity. She can't be in prison, so she
She's
needs
innocent.
to talk.
So you could get your fucking ass out of here before
No,
I
I
pop
can't.
you one.
Pop me.
I will.
Bitch, try it.
I will.
Try it.
You step
Fucking
over
try
here.
it.
Step over here, and
Try
I'm all
it.
over your ass.
Try it.
Step over here.
Try it.
Fucking
Try it.
Wait. I'm
No.
not Dede, and Dede's
I know who you are.
innocent.
And that's how the fight starts. So they're outside protesting quietly. Okay. They have put a sign not in Dede's yard. It's up along the outside of her yard. And Dede has called her brother and sister-in-law to come out and do something about, the protesting going on. So Rick drives up his truck, runs over the sign, runs over the ditch there, which we're all going to go over all of this, but runs over a ditch. I mean, he's driving erratic and everything else, and pulls up, and then they get out of the car and they're instantly in Stacy's face.
Dede is not
Dede is
innocent. She needs
you
immunity.
You don't know shit. You guys don't know shit. She is innocent.
She's not. Kyron.
Kyron,
You
it's
support
a shame.
a
No, I
nasty
don't.
bitch over Kyron.
Nasty bitch.
You
You're
got
the
that
nasty
right.
bitch.
No, I'm not.
that's
I don't
out
kill
barking
kids.
Up the wrong
I don't
tree.
kill kids.
She don't either.
Yes, she does.
She does not.
Evidence proves she kills kids.
No, there
yes,
is
she
no
does.
fucking evidence. If there was evidence, she'd be in prison.
She's got immunity. She can't be in prison, so she
She's
needs
innocent.
to talk.
So you can get your fucking ass out of here before
No, I
pop
can't.
you one.
Pop me.
I will.
Bitch, try it.
I will.
Try it.
You step
Fucking
over
try
here.
it.
Step over here. And
Try
I'm all
it.
over your ass.
Try it.
Step over here.
Try it.
Fucking
Try it.
blade.
Get off my fucking mom, dumbass. Get off my mom.
James.
Mom.
Back up.
Hear this? Hey, back up. Doug Bishop is like, back up.
You want to be down there?
Stacy,
Back the fuck up.
Brianna,
Stacy, back up.
Let's
You want to try it?
You fucking swung first, you fucking cunt.
Hey, James.
Take your fucking ass.
James.
Get the.
Did you know where the burner phones were? How'd you know where they were?
There's a whole different story for that.
Is there? That's not what the police are saying. Where is Kyron?
Whatever. We don't know.
You don't know? You
Why
know
don't
who
you
does
ask
know?
the stepmom or
We
somebody?
we did. We've already been down there.
Great.
Okay, whatever.
Great.
Yeah, do it.
Fucking smoker. Smoker. Ooh, that hurt.
It'd be a lot easier if she started fucking talking.
All right, so I'm going to replay all of this in its entirety for everybody to see. Now that you guys know exactly who everybody is and everything, just so you guys can see the whole thing. And then we're going to talk about it because there's actually another clip that I'm going to show. And Dede's brother, Rick, says something in the background that is absolutely shocking. And it's about what we think is the day that Kyron came up missing.
This isn't your yard right here.
Yeah,
this is my yard.
It is our yard. You can leave our yard. Thank you. Peace out.
Peace out.
But
You
this
got
is
that.
our yard. Go take your little.
Yeah, because Chaos Queen did point this out. Doug is on his own now, and it's because one of the men that he was working with was actually accused of raping a minor, and Doug left. Just wanted to let you guys know that Doug Bishop is no longer working for Adventures with Purpose.
Party over there.
Where's Kyron? Dede?
We don't know.
Yes, Dede
and
does
I'm
know.
not Dede, and Dede
I know
is
who you are.
innocent.
Dede is not
Dede is
innocent. She needs immunity.
You don't know shit. You guys don't know shit. She is innocent.
They're suspicious. So the guy there on the right is Doug Bishop. The guy on the left is Rick, Dede Spicer's brother-in-law. He came with his wife, Jamie Spicher, and the woman she gets into an altercation with is Stacy Green from Kyron Horman World Soldiers.
This is our yard. Go take your little party over there. Where's Kyron? We don't know. Yes, Dede. And I'm not Dede. I know who you are. Dede is not innocent. She needs immunity. You don't know shit. You guys don't know shit. She is innocent.
She's not innocent.
She is.
An innocent person would do your past.
Yep. That's right. Peace out.
Kyron.
Kyron,
You
it's
support
a shame.
a
No, I
nasty
don't.
bitch over Kyron.
Nasty bitch.
You
You're
got
the
that
nasty
right.
bitch.
No, I'm not.
That's
I don't
out
kill
barking
kids.
up the wrong
I don't
tree.
kill kids.
She don't either.
Yes, she does.
She does not.
Evidence proves she kills kids.
No, there
Yes,
is
she
no
does.
fucking evidence. If there was evidence, she'd be in prison.
She's got immunity. She can't be in prison, so she
She's
needs
innocent.
to talk.
So you can get your fucking ass out of here before
No,
I
I
pop
can't.
you one.
Pop me.
I will.
Bitch, try it.
I will.
Try it.
You step
Fucking
over
try
here.
it.
Step over here, and
Try
I'm all
it.
over your ass.
Try it.
Step over here.
Try it.
Fucking
Try it.
blade.
Get
I'm
no.
not Dede, and Dede
I know who you are.
innocent.
Dede is not
Dede
innocent. She needs
you
immunity.
You don't know shit. You guys don't know shit. She is innocent.
She's not. Kyron.
Kyron,
You
it's
support
a shame.
a
No, I
nasty
don't.
bitch over Kyron.
Nasty bitch.
You
You're
got
the
that
nasty
right.
bitch.
No, I'm not.
that's
I don't
out
kill
barking
kids.
up the wrong
I don't
tree.
kill kids.
She don't either.
Yes, she does.
She does not.
Evidence proves she kills kids.
No, there
yes,
is
she
no
does.
fucking evidence. If there was evidence, she'd be in prison.
She's got immunity. She can't be in prison, so she
She's
needs to
innocent.
talk.
So you can get your fucking ass out of here before
No,
I
I can't.
pop you one.
Pop me.
I will.
Bitch, try it.
I will.
Try it.
You step
Fucking
over
try
here.
it.
Step over here and
Try
I'm all
it.
over your ass.
Try it.
Step over here.
Try it.
Fucking
Try it.
leave.
Get off my fucking mom, you dumbass. Get off my mom.
James.
Mom.
Back up, back up.
Stacy.
You want to be down there?
Stacy.
Back the fuck up.
Brianna. Stacy.
Back up.
Let
You
go.
want to try it?
You fucking come first, you fucking cunt.
Hey, James.
Take your fucking
Do it,
ass.
James.
Get the.
You know where the burner phones were? How'd you know where they were?
There's a whole different story for that.
Is there? That's not what the police are saying. Where is Kyron?
Whatever. We don't know.
You don't know? You
Why
know
don't
who
you
does
ask
know?
the stepmom or
We
somebody?
we did. We've already been down there.
Great.
Notice how Jamie Spicher says, go ask the stepmom. So what does the family know about? Why would she be saying, go ask the stepmom?
Great.
Yeah, do it.
I don't know what her deal is with effing smoker here. I don't know why she even says it.
Smoker. Ooh, that hurt.
It'd be a lot easier if she started fucking talking.
Okay, so what are we checking out after the live? Just out of curiosity. I do have a playlist for Kyron. I also have a playlist for Michael, if anybody ever wants to check those out on the channel. We're going to be explaining why she has immunity. From what Desiree and Stacey Green say, there is evidence to prove that Dede killed Kyron for Terri. Chaos Queen, I was just wondering. So, yeah. Now we're going to talk about Rick, because this is crazy shit, okay? They are not doing anything wrong. They are within their legal rights to be out there protesting in front of her house. Every time that I know of that they have ever protested anywhere, Desiree lets the police know what she's doing. Okay? So they're not doing anything wrong. It may seem really aggressive to some people, but they can do it if they want to. Okay? So I just want to let everybody know that. Because I know a lot of people do get upset when they see this. They say that it's just too much. Well, if your kid was missing for 14 years, how far would you go? How far are you willing to go? I'm protesting with a sign or more, but yeah, I'm doing something about it, okay? So then we're going to talk about Rick now. This is Dede Spicher's brother. Rick, this is Stacey Green asking this. Rick, can you confirm where you picked Dede up? Were you or your truck in Portland when Kyron went missing? What I can hear of what Rick says in the background, I was up there, grabbed her, and came home when all this shit, and then you can't really understand exactly what else is being said. I made this clip. I run it 3 times in a row, and you do not want to concentrate on what Jamie Spicher is saying. Listen to Rick, the man's voice in the background, and you're going to hear him say, I was up there, grabbed her, and came home when all this shit happened. Okay? So let's push play, everybody. Pay attention. Good to see you, Lisa. All right, here we go.
Get immunity.
I was up there.
You don't know.
When all this shit.
I was
Figures.
around.
Okay, again, listen to the background, listen to the man. I know it's really, really hard to hear, but it's the only time, because of the way that Stacy fixed this video, where you can actually hear kinda of what Rick is saying.
And
You get
Here we go.
immunity.
I was up there.
You don't know.
When all this shit.
I was
Figures.
around. And
You get immunity.
I was up there.
You don't know.
When all this shit.
I was
Figures.
around. And
And then, of course, you have Jamie saying that she wasn't even around back then when all of this stuff happened, yet she's sitting here running her mouth like she knows what happened, and she knows that Dede Spicher isn't guilty for anything, which is ridiculous. But Rick is in the background saying, I went up there, I grabbed her when all this shit happened. Rick has a white truck. We're about to get into some pretty major detective work here, some digging. Okay, let's play the rest of this clip.
Immunity. Tell me legally, how does somebody get immunity?
But first, I want to ask everybody, did you guys hear Rick in the background? Could you guys hear him talking about picking Dede up? I just want to make sure that you guys heard it, because I can rewind it a little bit. Matter of fact, I'll just do that a little bit anyway.
No.
When all this shit.
I was
Figures.
around. And
You get immunity.
Thank you, guys.
You don't know.
When all this shit.
I was
Figures.
around. And
You get immunity.
I was up there.
You don't know.
When all this shit.
I was
Figures.
around. And
You immunity. Tell me legally, how does somebody get immunity?
I was up there.
You don't know.
When all this shit.
I was
Figures.
around. And
You don't.
So then why the fuck are you gonna say?
And you don't have to be
because
around.
I know her. I know her.
Oh, bull fucking.
I fucking know her.
Then why wouldn't she answer the question of knowing Kyron? Why would
She
she
knew that
plead
Kyron-
the? Oh yeah.
She was.
Why?
And here in a second, you're going to hear Desiree Young in the background tell Rick and Jamie that there were pictures found on the phone. You can barely hear her, so you have to listen closely.
She plead the fifth.
Tell him.
Where is she?
Tell him.
She don't live here.
Babe, it don't do no good to tell him jack
They're
shit.
retarded.
You know that there's photos on the phones that she did this.
No.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, that's
And Rick just says, yeah, whatever. With this look like, really? I don't know. He kind of looks like he got a little bit nervous. Let me rewind a little bit so you can hear Desiree Young say that they have pictures on those phones.
That she did this.
no.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, that's
You know that there's photos on the phones that she did this.
no.
Yeah,
Tell him. She don't live here.
babe, it don't do no good to tell him jack
They're
shit.
retarded.
You know that there's photos on the phones that she did this.
No.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, that's thankful for you, shitheads. She did not.
And then Jamie calls the mother of the missing child a shithead. Well, all the women a shithead. But she says this right after Desiree once again confirming what she's already been saying, that there are pictures of Kyron on these phones. This is the new evidence that law enforcement has. That's why we are so thankful that Nathan Vasquez is going to take on this case. The new DA is going to take on Kyron's case. It's amazing.
How long did Dede live in Portland after she graduated?
And then here's Jamie Spicher here posting in the Kyron supporters group. Yes, she does. She's answering somebody's question about whether or not Dede Spicher has immunity. She says, yes, she does. She told them over and over she didn't know anything. They kept telling her she would have immunity if she was to tell everything that she knew, and they kept pushing her to sign it. She then signed it, and they said, okay, now spill it. And she told them that she had already told them everything she knows. This is exactly how Dede Spicher got immunity. Okay? This is how she got what they call accidental immunity. She kept telling them, I don't know nothing, I don't know nothing. They kept pushing her into wanting to sign an immunity deal. They really thought that they had her when she signed, and then she didn't say shit. Matter of fact, she pleads the fifth in over 140 questions that are asked of her after that, even ones that were simple as, did you know Kyron? I mean, that's how she got accidental immunity. Is this not the most outrageous thing ever? I tell you what, I have talked about Dede's immunity. We've all wondered how she got the immunity. And yeah, it wasn't until this new information that came out on these burner phones that, of course, as time goes on, more and more information starts coming out about a case, and time has gone by, and now we know Dede Spicher signed this immunity deal after law enforcement got her to sign it, and then she didn't tell them crap. And because it was already signed, they couldn't take it away, and it was for full immunity. Full. So Dede could even come forward now and say, hey, this is what happened, and nothing would ever happen to her. Does she speak? Nope. She doesn't say anything. Nothing at all. And Dede Spicher's family is law enforcement. Her dad worked for law enforcement. I'm pretty sure he has told her before he passed away, anyway, not to say a damn word. Don't say nothing, because you'll only incriminate yourself. And then she just pled the fifth for over 140 something questions. Okay? Ridiculous that this is how she got immunity. Desiree Young says that Dede was given immunity by Oregon State, so she's going over Oregon State's head and working with the U.S. Attorney's Office to try to get this immunity deal basically null and void, like doesn't exist, get it dropped. So Dede Spicher, it's going to get dropped. Desiree Young isn't messing around. You better come forward and say what you know while you have full immunity now. Terri, Dede is going to talk. Both of you are going to go to jail, in my opinion. You will be arrested for what happened to Kyron. With GPS and everything else that they have working on with these pictures, they will find a location of where Kyron's at, or something's going to give, and Nathan Vasquez is just going to be able to push forward with the circumstantial evidence that he has, which is a lot, and move forward with the nobody case. So I want to remove this because now we're going to talk about Rick's truck. This is live's going a little bit longer than I want, but this is the last thing we're going to talk about here is Rick's truck. Hold on one second. Let me pull it up here. Because there's huge things to talk about when it comes to Rick's truck. And then you have Rick talking about that he drove down and picked up Dede Spicher. So I'm going to pause this. This is Desiree Young thanking Doug Bishop and everybody else that came and volunteered over the weekend in front of Dede's house to hold up signs and everything. And this is Kyron Horman's World Soldiers making a post. Let's talk about misinformation, shall we? Was Dede out of town, or does Dede not live there? And that's because when they showed up to harass Stacey Green in front of Dede's house, they were continuously saying that Dede didn't live in that house. Dede does live in that house. They were also saying Dede was out of town. Both lies. She says you guys can't keep your shit straight ever, but that's what happens when all you can do is lie. Dede lives there, and Dede was there. She is the one who called the police on us after the assault because she said we put out the sign in her yard. It wasn't her yard. I put the sign in the easement, which belongs to the city. That was not Dede's yard, which is why they couldn't do anything about it. At that point, Rick's punk ass already ran my sign over, so I was over there to pick it up so he couldn't ruin it any further. Rick and Jamie both came to start shit. In the videos, you can hear Rick in the background cheering Jamie on. Not sure why, because she was getting her ass handed to her, which she did. Stacey Green ain't nobody to mess with. I'm just saying. She wasn't walking away with a win there ever. And can I tell you how frigging good that felt? Really frigging good. She goes on to say, show us proof Rick was out of town and had his truck with him. We will be waiting. Because they started spinning this narrative that Rick was out of town on June 4th, 2010. There's no way he could have given Dede a ride away from that area or anything else. We'll get to that in a second. She says, yes, I do believe Dede had a second truck and tucked it away, probably very close to the farm she was working on. Left her vehicle in the driveway and her cell phone conveniently, which is at the job. Dede could have snuck off that property super easy without being seen. And yes, you can. It's right on a little road. She had plenty of fences on a great big huge piece of property where she can barely even be seen from the house where everybody else was. Have you seen the video of the area? It's all open to the street and many easy spots for her to stash another truck. So yeah, totally possible. I would tell you to use your brains, but we already know that you don't have any. Look who you support. And that was directed right to Jamie and Rick Spicer. And it says here, Dede knows where Kyron is, no question about it. They chose Kane's truck for a reason. Please, there are so many white ones, meaning there's so many white trucks in the area. These Ford F-250s and stuff are everywhere all the time in these farming communities. And she says, did they use Dede's brother's truck too? Talk to the detectives, Dede. Clear that up. So this is Dede Spicer's brother's truck, Rick's truck, the white one with the tinted windows. It's one of those Ford F-250s. That's a little bit closer up version. Nice big truck. This is Kyron Horman's truck. This was the truck that Terri Horman was driving the day that Kyron disappeared, and she was also driving it the day before. She usually only used this truck when she had to do recycling. She didn't use it very often, but she used it 2 days in a row, supposedly because Kyron Horman's science fair project on a poster board wouldn't fit in the trunk of her Mustang. I call BS, but look how similar these trucks look to each other, okay? This is a reenactment of Kane's truck up on the access road in front of Skyline School. Okay, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to answer some questions real quick. Let's just keep in mind we're talking about the similarities between Kane and Rick's truck. Doug is a great guy. I totally agree. I wonder if Rick Spicer still has that truck. No, he doesn't, actually. Let's see. The immunity paperwork must have been worded in not that way would have put her in jail if she refused to talk after signing. No, that's not true. She has full immunity. She signed it. There was no taking it back. And I believe that there are other reasons surrounding her immunity, because part of that immunity deal, I also believe, is that she would take police to those burner phones, which she did do. I'm sorry I didn't add that before. But yeah, she did take law enforcement to those burner phones. Oh my gosh, and I didn't see you guys all commenting about it being void. Yeah, she took them to the burner phones. There was there's a lot of confusion when it comes around this. We've all asked ourselves all of these same questions when it comes to her immunity deal, but the fact remains she has full immunity. She did not give them everything that that they wanted, I should say. And she did take them to where the burner phones were. So I think in part of this big deal that they made with her, she took them to the burner phones because she thought she had destroyed them. But yeah, new technology was able to pull pictures off of them. And maybe because she did lead them to the burner phones, that's why immunity still stands. But then later, yes, turns around and does not pleads the fifth to over 140 questions. I'm glad I came over and took a look at this because I forgot to tell you guys about the burner phones. And I still believe that it can be overturned, Sarah. I really do believe that it can still be overturned, even though she took them to the burner phones. Yeah, little did they know it was going to help the case. Exactly. Finding those burner phones was the best thing. So let's move forward and talking about the truck situation. This is Desiree Young's post. The property owner at West Wind Farms not only yelled for Dede, she also called for her several times on her cell, and then several employees searched for her on the property. Nobody could locate her. In addition, several eyewitnesses' accounts of Terri and Dede together blocking somebody's driveway on Old Germantown Road. During that time, they were unaccounted for. Now, Old Germantown Road is the little road that goes right along West Wind Farms where Dede Spicher was working. And there are witnesses saying that Terri and Dede were blocking somebody's driveway on Old Germantown Road. And they were unloading stuff out of one truck to another. There's more that I can't share, but suffice it to say, the article doesn't say everything. So there you have Terri Dede passing things from one truck to another. When I hear to another, that makes me believe from one truck to another truck. That's how I'm seeing that. So that's my opinion, that there's two trucks here involved. Now, Stacey Green also talks about Rick's truck. Rick in that video talks about picking Dede up and getting her out of there. All very suspicious about this white truck. And then we have Jim Kelly's eyewitness account. So the day that, and you guys can go and watch a video. There's a Jim Kelly video, and we also do one about white trucks to go over this information some. Jim Kelly is a witness. He lives down off of Cornelius Pass Road. He saw a white truck pull down his dead end, and this dead end road, I mean, you wouldn't be going down this road. Like I said, you guys can watch the video. Not only is it a dead end road, It's a gravel road with potholes. There's bushes and everything along the road that will scrape the sides of your car. It's very back in the back, okay? And he says, nobody ever comes down that road. And if you're lost and you pull down this road, there's a place for you to turn around right after you go over this little wooden bridge. So anybody going over that could have turned around if they were lost and, come right back out. But a white truck goes all the way down to the end of this dead end road and parks in front of Jim Kelly's house at 3 p.m. the day that Kyron came up missing. Okay? At 3 p.m. Well, we know Terry's at the house with Kane because Kyron's about to get out of the bus, or supposed to get off of the bus. So there's this white truck, and Jim Kelly's property is not even a mile away. It's less than 5 minutes away. I think it took me a minute and a half to drive to Kyron Horman's from Jim Kelly's turnoff to Kyron Horman's house. Okay, so it's right there. Now, when Kane and Terri go down to the bus stop, this is my own speculation here. This is something I'm wondering. When they go down to the bus stop, Kane says that Terri turns around and goes back up to the house. Did she call Dede Spicher on her burner phone? Hey, I'm going to leave this burner phone sitting here. Come and get it after we go up to the school because Kyron's going to be not getting off of his bus or something. And would anybody in the neighborhood question whether or not they saw a white truck pulling up in the Kane's drive? I don't know. Could it just be that she went up and made a phone call? What did Terri walk away from, and why is there a white truck parked down there? Now get this. At 2 a.m. in the morning, after Kyron has gone missing, hours and hours later, 2 a.m. comes. That same white truck is pulled down Jim Kelly's dead-end road again. Why is this truck not once but twice seen right around the corner? At 1:30 a.m. in the morning is when Tony, which is Desiree Young's husband, and Desiree leave to go up to the school to talk to a law enforcement. That's when they're questioned. So at 2 a.m. in the morning, a half hour later, this truck's down the road. Don't know why. Don't even know what to think. But it's there when Desiree and Tony are gone. Tony also being a detective. So this truck is seen down there. And Jim Kelly has repeatedly talked about how nobody comes down that road, hardly ever in like a year. So for not once but twice, and to see the same vehicle come down is just beyond unusual. Matter of fact, Kelly says here, Kelly, who lives about 1.5 miles down the hill at the end of a windy, secluded country lane off of Cornelius Pass, said police, federal agents, K-9 teams, and helicopters scoured the area Saturday. So not only, by the way, is this truck seen there, he turns it in that this truck was down there, and they come and search this property not once but 2 times. We had 2 odd sightings of a vehicle on our road Friday. Kelly said around 3 p.m. he and a neighbor reported seeing a white pickup truck with a female driver pull to the end of the long road, idle, and then turn around. Then again at 2 a.m. Saturday morning, a similar white pickup truck appeared, idled, and when a neighbor loosened her dogs, eased away. So not only is Jim Kelly seeing this white truck, a neighbor is also seeing this truck. And it's a woman driving this truck. And you may get the 3 p.m. thing wrong a little bit, but at 2 a.m. in the morning, you hear a truck come park out your house. You're going to wake up. You're going to know it's the middle of the night. You're going to look over at your clock. You're going to be like, what the hell is somebody doing here at 2 a.m. in the morning? And then the woman that lives down the way, she didn't like it either. She lets her dogs loose and the car or this truck takes off. And he says, it was strange to have a car there, any car there. I don't know why he's saying car here, but that's what he says. And he didn't know. But B, it was strange to have a vehicle come down our dead-end road twice in the same day, hours after a little boy goes missing. That's beyond rare. Kelly says authorities have searched his property twice. So they searched his property twice. A truck, white truck. Why is that there? Now, from the very beginning, when I found out about this sighting, in my gut, I feel like this white truck has something to do with Kyron's disappearance. I don't know if it does or not. It could be a coincidence, but if it is, this is just like 1 out of 100 coincidences in Kyron's case, okay? I find it strange that it's right up the road. I find it strange that it's a white truck. I find it strange at the times that the truck is there. Okay, so now we're just going to read a few things and talk about a few things about this truck, because this is what Terry's supporters try to spin about it. So Dede is out of town. Her brother and sister-in-law were watching her house for her. This is what they're saying. This is not true. The twisting of words is not surprising coming from certain people. Rick was telling them that she was not home there. Once again, do you all not understand the police already questioned family? Rick was out of town getting a divorce. So no, he did not pick Dede up on the 4th. Shaking my head. You guys want to see papers. Use your brains. Of course, she'll say want to see papers. She'll never, ever put up papers. They never have any kind of proof. No receipts ever. It's really not hard. And then she just goes on talking about Dede being out of town, blah, blah, blah. Stop twisting words as usual. Focus on Kyron for once, yet they never focus on Kyron. Just pointing that out. I have spoken to Jamie. What took place the other day was horrible. I won't go into details, but the anonymous poster, because they have to be anonymous because they don't want people to know it's their lies. Poster was correct with what she said. The misinformation will stop soon, and then maybe people will start to be doing the right thing and look for Kyron. This misinformation, like this, distracts and everyone runs with it. Anyway, I don't even want to finish reading her stuff. We don't share that stuff with them anymore because it's just nonsense. This is the Judicial Court Department. We looked up to find out if Rick Spicer was actually in court getting his divorce. No, he wasn't. His divorce was final in 2009. He goes in 2009 with his ex-wife, or getting that divorce. They even go before, let's see. They create a lien on the house in 2009, and then he's not back in court until 2013 to talk about, I believe, something to have to do with their kids. But yeah, it was law or enforcement. What am I thinking of? Child Support Enforcement Agency in 2013. So no, Rick was not on the day that Kyron came up missing in court getting a divorce. That's a lie that all of Terry's supporters have been spreading, and that Terri Horman does not correct if she knew it, or Dede doesn't correct. And then here's Jamie Spicher saying she wasn't there. She lives somewhere else. So that is why she didn't come out. And we know that that's not true either, because Dede Spicher was the one who called the cops. It is her house. She was there. She called them to stir up problems. So yes, again, like Rick was not in court somewhere else out of town getting a divorce. But here you have him saying that he picked up Dede after all of this shit happened. Well, the other thing that it could be, because I want to, you know, doesn't mean that Dede didn't borrow her brother's truck the day that Kyron disappeared, but I will point out several months after, a few months after, I think it was September, October, Dede Spicher goes and moves back in with her parents. Is that when Rick picked her up to get her away from all that shit that he's talking about in the background? Possibly. Do we know for 100% sure that Rick had any involvement that day that Kyron disappeared? No, we don't. Law enforcement does talk about there being other people involved, though. They're not sure whether there is or isn't a third person involved. And that's why they talk about the truck so much, because there was witnesses that said that they saw somebody sitting in or around Terri Horman's truck outside of the school that day. They don't say it's a man or a woman. I think they do that on purpose so that any new witnesses that come forward can say whether or not it was a man or a woman. I think this is part of their circumstantial evidence that they're keeping close to the vest. So, do I believe there was a second white truck? Yes. Do I believe they were seen passing things from one truck to another? Yes. Do I believe that Dede Spicher was the one driving that truck? Yes. How did she get to the truck? I have no clue. Was, Dede picked up? Because we have Desiree Young also saying Terri Horman left that area and then goes and picks Terri up. We don't know what happened. We don't know who picked up who drove what. We don't know if Terri was there when everything happened to Kyron, if Dede did it all by herself with Kyron. But evidence is coming together. These pictures prove that Kyron left the school with Terri. That's huge. The pictures on these burner phones prove that he left with them, and it also proves that Terri and Dede were passing photos of Kyron to one another. Now, was it Dede sending Terri pictures? I don't know. Was it Terri sending Dede pictures? Don't know. But the fact is these pictures exist and they were being sent to one another. Was it a back and forth thing? Don't know. But as time goes on, you can definitely tell Desiree Young is pissed. She's tired of nobody doing anything in her son's disappearance. And she is starting to let and leak more and more information come out about her son's disappearance, which I think is amazing because I think it keeps the public involved in Kyron's disappearance. It's a 14-year-old case. We have to keep talking about Kyron. Okay, hopping over. Like I said, it was a long live. I knew I had a lot of information to go over. So I just wanted to come back and check in with everybody. One more thing, one more detail too I want to tell you guys. Desiree Young at the Northwest Crime Fest in August also said that Terri Horman washed every piece of clothing that Kyron owned. And when Kyron came up missing, and including the bedding, including all of his clothes, everything, and when search dogs, scent dogs, cadaver dogs came to pick up a scent to go actually out that night and go look for Kyron, they couldn't find a scent on Kyron. I have put up all my videos from Northwest Crime Fest. You can hear everything she said in August. If you guys want to hear, you can go through all of the playlist of Kyron to learn so much information, so many layers, so many lies by Dede and Terri throughout that day and since. Change stories, everything. Okay, so. Oh, somebody was saying goodnight to Yaya. We will not stop talking about Kyron. No, we won't. Thank you guys all for being here. Let me just go through. I'm going to go up just shortly. Yeah, Rick Spicer has a different truck now. Sorry I messed up on that immunity, you guys, and not give you guys everything. Yeah, Rick Spicer's truck, isn't it crazy that he had the same kind of truck? And when you go into a farming community, you see all kinds of F-250s, white trucks. They're everywhere. I just wanted to give you guys an update on everything that's been going on, everything that's being said, but most importantly, to tell you guys that Nathan Vasquez has told Desiree and has promised to move forward in Kyron's case, looking at the case, piecing it together to put, go forward. So let's just pray, share, Kyron, because we want Kyron found. If you know anything about Dede's involvement, Dede Spicher or Terri Horman's involvement, if you have any information about Kyron Horman, the days leading up to June 4th, 2010, the day he came up missing, or after, because we know that Terri Horman was driving her Mustang around on those same roads that she traveled on June 4th, 2010. Why was she doing that? I believe that she was running around in her Mustang, scoping out a location of some sort. Sauvie Island is a big, huge land that they have also searched for Kyron very heavily in. But recent searches, I believe, have moved into the mountains. I don't know if any search is being done in the water since 2017. So if anybody has any information at all, knows anything, please call the tip line with Multnomah County Sheriff's Office. That telephone number is 503-988-0560. I am going to be doing some more Michael live soon. I'm going to be doing some more Kyron stuff in the future, because I did talk to Joseph Cristobal, like I said, for 2 hours. And I need to edit things because I can share some things he said and I can't share other things that he said. So that's how that goes. And I just want to thank everybody for being here. If you haven't already, please give a thumbs up. And also, if you would like to become a member with Missing P&W, I'm putting up the link now for that. If you don't become a member, that's fine. If you're hiding in the bushes, that's fine too. I love everybody that's here. Thank you guys for subscribing and liking, being here, always here to support the children. It's amazing how many new people that we have here. Thank you for sharing, Connie. Thank you so much. Thank you, mods, for being here. Let's see. I'm missing stuff. I'm just looking through everything. All right. I'm just looking through everything. Like I said earlier, if you guys have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to email me. It is missing PNW crimes@gmail.com. If you ever have any questions about Kyron, Michael, any of the cases that I worked on, please feel free. And Kaya's sister, and let's see, Woo Poo here, Deal Woo Poo, thank you for being here. Thank you guys. Let's see. I love to see so many new people coming in. Yes, please watch the playlist and get all caught up. I recommend it in Kyron's case. There's way too many rumors. There's way too many people out spreading misinformation in Kyron's case. I see a lot of people on YouTube that put out information about Kyron. They get some of it right. They get most of it wrong. Honestly, they get most of it wrong. I do the best I can. Tried to verify everything I possibly can. When it's not verified information, I'll tell you it's not verified. If it's my own opinion, I'll also give you that. If I feel like and know that it's misinformation, I will also tell you that. I will always, always correct somebody's misinformation too. I do that. Again, if you have any information about missing Kyron Horman from June 4th, 2010, please call the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office tip line at 503-988-0560. Let me take this banner down. Put up a little picture of Kyron real quick. Let's see. This was the last known picture of Kyron, who is believed to be no longer with us, unfortunately. That was his new age progression picture that was put out a couple summers ago. We pray for his family all of the time. We pray for Kyron. Some people believe that he's still out there. And wouldn't that be amazing to find out that he is, and that, you know, somebody has something wrong? We would love for miracles to happen. Unfortunately, we do know that there are pictures, some kind of pictures, and I'm not saying these pictures are of a dead Kyron. I'm not saying that at all. There are rumors going around about that. The Terri supporters like to tell everybody that we're spreading around that these are pictures of a dead Kyron. No, all Desiree Young says is we've got a picture of it. We don't know what it is. Is it a location? Is it a hole? Is it the water? What is it? You know what I mean? What's it? It could be anything. But we do know pictures of Kyron are there also. And these are plural pictures. They have a picture of it. So maybe there's other pictures that go with that, right? So let's not twist things around. Let's just be supportive for his family. And, you know, like I said, thank you, Yaga, so much. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you guys for your prayers. I know. Precious. He is so precious. Isn't he the cutest little guy ever? I mean, I live right here in Vancouver, Washington. I'm right across the river from Portland. So when he came up missing, it was all over the news. This picture was just going everywhere. And wow, I instantly got hooked. So I've been covering this case 14 years, looking into it. I didn't start deep diving and everything until the pandemic hit, and I didn't have anything to do. So what did I do? I got out my phone, got together with a bunch of people that were all looking into Kyron's case. I speak with the detective on Kyron's case. We email each other back and forth. I've talked to him on the phone. He's helped us in a personal situation with one of my husband's co-workers who came up missing in Multnomah County last year. So, I mean, yeah, Kyron is very near and dear to my heart, and so is Michael Vaughn. Yes, I can put my email in chat. Let's see. Oh, I was going to put my real email. Hold up. My email. Let me see. Wait. gmail.com. There it is in chat. Thank you guys so much for all the Kyron love. I really appreciate it. We haven't done them live on him in a minute. And I tell you what, 2025 is going to be a great year. I just feel it. I'm so thankful that we have a new DA that's going to push forward in Kyron's case. I mean, it's unbelievable to actually hear it. I mean, just hear it after, you know, they have, this isn't another one in the War Room live that we did about law enforcement and, you know, the fact that they didn't hyper focus on Terri. It's Terri's own fault that she is in this position and that she's the focus of Kyron's disappearance. Okay. She is the reason. But in that, you can see the pictures and videos of like over 40 to 60 big, huge, fat 4-inch binders full of nothing but information on Kyron and their circumstantial evidence that they have, pictures that they have, whatnot. I mean, it's insane the amount of information. And the new detective on Kyron's case that took over a few years ago, I felt so bad for him because when he took over, they had moved all those files in those binders and everything else to a computer without making a filing system. And Detective Tabor has had to go through everything and put it into files. Desiree Young said here recently the FBI has taken new involvement in Kyron's case. They're actually helping compile the case together to get it ready for court. That's exactly what she says, to get it ready for court. The FBI is compiling information to make it, to help it go to court. It's huge information. I can't wait to share more information if anything comes out. I really do appreciate you guys all being here. So thank you guys. Hit that thumbs up. Thank you guys for subscribing and being here. I'm going to go ahead and end the live with a Kyron video. And this also.
We're coming for you. Don't sleep.
That is Desiree Young. We're coming for you. Don't sleep. I'm going to end tonight's live like I always do. A video of Kyron Horman. Thank you guys all for coming. I appreciate you. Good night.